आप क्लोज कर दीजिए, समय नहीं है।
ओके सर। थैंक यू सो मच सर, आपने अपना कीमती समय हम लोगों को दिया, और मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि आप ऐसे ही हमारे आईएफएच के प्लेटफॉर्म पे जुड़े रहें और हमारे साथ अपना ज्ञानवर्धन करते रहें। और थैंक यू सो मच सर। और अगला सेशन अब हमारा इंग्लिश में है, जो कि 8 बजे से 9 बजे तक होगा। और उसके लिए मैं डॉक्टर धनेश सर को माइक हैंड ओवर करना चाहूंगी। ओवर टू यू सर।
Thank you, Dr. Ankita. Thank you, Dr. Sahani. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Angida and Mr. Hani sir. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. This is the 1362nd day of continuous webinar conducted by International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy. We welcome all of you to this session, and today our guest is Dr. JITESH SHARMA from Odisha. Let us begin the session with 1 minute silent prayer. Thank you all. The International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy comprises of homeopathic lovers, students, and homeopathic doctors. We have 3 sessions in a row. The first session is already over by just few minutes ago. It was our Hindi session. And from 8 to 9, we have the international session in English. And from 9 to 10, a local language session in Malayalam. As you all know that all these sessions are going in a very high standard, and all the presentations were really excellent all the days. Today, our guest is Dr. JITESH SHARMA, and he has completed his MD in homeopathy in the subject of MATERIA MEDICA, and started his journey to heal people with his knowledge of homeopathy. He has undergone extensive training under homeopaths like Dr. Vidar Kos at his International Academy of Classical Homeopathy at Greece. He has been trained under more than 30 eminent teachers around the world. He has presented various papers in international conferences like LMHI, Ayush, Dubai, etc. He has been doing many clinical workshops and training young homeopaths at his homeopathy hospital. He runs a homeopathy hospital in Odisha, the state first private homeopathy hospital with the 30-bedded IPD and OPD facilities. He has been awarded the Excellence in Homeopathy. He has presented paper in different subjects at the homeopathic seminars, as well as one at the International Homeopathic Center, Turku, Germany, on the occasion of the 268th birthday of Dr. Hahnemann on 10th April at Mexico City, the birthplace of Dr. Samuel Hahnemann. Today, Dr. JITESH SHARMA will be discussing about a journey into MATERIA MEDICA through cases. That is one of the best things. He has presented so many sessions in our Zooms. All the presentations were really excellent. So many participants were there in his presentation. So we proudly welcome Dr. JITESH SHARMA to this session. We welcome, Doctor. Yes, I shall make you co-host now, sir. Please wait, sir. Okay, you are co-host. Now you can begin the session, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. And thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm very grateful for IFPH for giving me opportunity to speak on this platform again and again. I'm really grateful to each and everyone, especially Sahani sir as well. So is the PPT available? So we should start.
Yes, sir. A little more, a little sound is little less, sir. Can I just increase the volume?
So now is the sound clear?
Yes, sir. Sound is clear, sir.
Okay, thank you. So as today's topic, today we're going to discuss. I'll just present with as we get only 1 hour, so I'll be presenting quick 3 cases today, and we'll be showing that what is the reason and what remedy has been prescribed on what grounds, on what basis. So I hope it will be a good learning session as well. So without delay, I would like to start with first case. It's a bilateral cervical spondylosis with lumbar spondylosis. So the patient age is 38 years and he has lumbago since 10 years and even bilateral cervical spondylosis. And he has the complaints. He also had an injury history as well. He has a lot of stiffness. So chief complaint stiffness. He cannot stoop himself. It's very difficult. It aggravates in the morning and the cold. And majorly it ameliorates. The pain gets better by lying. A recurrent complaint, he has a history of coryza. He takes tobacco. He loves sweet. Food allergy like brinjal, dust allergy. He has a history of frequent coryza. Thirst is normal. History of frequent tonsillitis. By occupation, he's a teacher. So now you know why he's suffering from cervical spondylosis. His main occupation, constantly bending head, teaching. So nothing specific. Majorly, we got one fear that's very, very important. He was very stressing about it. That's a fear of thunderstorm. He has a lot of fear of thunderstorm. And thermal was chilly, ailments from cold. This is the repertorization chart. And I would ask the students and dear homeopaths, what remedy do you think so? All rubrics have been shown, everything. That's the totality.
All of you can message in the
Yes.
box.
So nobody is writing the remedy. Come on, any guesses would do. You have the whole picture in front of you. Rustox, very good. Very, very close. Rustox, straight picture. What more? So the remedy which was the prescribed, that was semicifuga. Because you see, wherever there is an involvement, and interestingly, I will tell you, in fear of thunderstorm, it is not given here, but semicifuga in the complete repertory it was given. That semicifuga is there, fear of thunderstorm. That is the confirmatory point of view. And majorly the whole picture when you see, you have seen like all the rheumatic pain, all the stiffness, what Clark writes. Stiffness, violent lightning like pains in posterior spinal sclerosis, stiff neck from cold air, that is ailments from cold. Even moving from even the hands, lot of pain, especially in the upper dorsal. So wherever there is an involvement in the upper cervical and the lower, semicifuga actia resmosa comes to the rescue. And this was the remedy prescribed. And what happened after that, you can see. And this patient was admitted as well. don't know if sound is.
तो यहाँ पर क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है?
तो मैं जवान बहुत था और मैं कोई भी कार्य नहीं कर पा रहा था, यहाँ तक झुक भी नहीं पा रहा था, अपने शरीर के जो दैनिक कार्य है वो भी सही ढंग से नहीं कर पा रहा था। तो यहाँ मैं जब से मेडिसिन लेना शुरू किया हूँ तब से मैं कार्य करने लगा हूँ, अच्छी जिंदगी जीने लगा।
और
ठीक तो बहुत अच्छा हूँ यहाँ के, मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ यहाँ के डॉक्टर, यहाँ पूरा टीम को।
So, and this is today's follow-up. He came after 7 years to us.
क्या नाम है आपका?
कमलेश कुमार।
आपको मतलब कमर दर्द का तकलीफ कब से हो रहा था?
मेरा कमर दर्द सन 2005 से यहाँ इलाज कराने तक था।
अच्छा
दैनिक दिनचर्या
अच्छा
कोई छूट नहीं पा रहा था, मोटरसाइकिल बाइक वगैरह चला नहीं पा रहा था, चलने में परेशानी हो रही थी, मतलब सारी एक प्रकार की मेरी जिंदगी वहीं पर।
ठीक है, तो फिर यहाँ का मेडिसिन लेने के बाद फिर क्या हुआ?
हाँ, यहाँ मैं मई 2017 में आकर के एडमिट हुआ, जिसके बाद यहाँ मेरा ट्रीटमेंट चला। धीरे धीरे करके मेरा 100% कमर डिस्क का प्रॉब्लम खत्म हो गया और फिर से नई जिंदगी मेरे को मिल गया और पूरा सामान्य जिंदगी जी रहा हूँ।
ठीक है, 2018 से लेकर के अब तक का आपको अभी 7 साल हो गया, अभी कैसा है? तकलीफ हुआ कभी?
नहीं, कोई प्रॉब्लम।
सब चल फिर आराम से रहे?
पूरा काम कर रहा हूँ, पूरा चल फिर रहा हूँ, बाइक चला रहा हूँ, दौड़ भी लेता हूँ, सब काम कर।
कोई दिक्कत नहीं है? तो आपको 100 में कितना आराम लगा अब तक?
100 में 100 पूरा 100%।
ठीक है, ठीक।
So this is what homeopathy can do, especially in cervical, in the lumbar cases, cervical spondylosis cases. And the interesting part was that he took medicine only for up to like 6 to 7 months, and after that, till 7 years, he was completely, till now, he's completely pain-free. That's what homeopathy can do. And medicine was never changed. Even the potency wasn't raised up because he was absolutely fine. So there was no point of raising up the scale. And only Simicifika cleared up the case completely. Hello. I'm sorry, was I moved? Hello. Hello. Can everyone can hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, everyone can hear me, right?
Okay. Little more sound is, if possible.
Yes, sir. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Now it's okay. Now it's okay.
Yes. So this I was explaining in this case that till now, like he took treatment for like around almost 1 year and 2018 only, and now today he just turned up, bringing his relatives for a different case, and we took the follow up that how are you now? He said I'm absolutely fine. So this is what homeopathy has done to him. So all these years, he's absolutely well. So I hope you have seen the video, everyone, this video, or was it mute? Sir?
Yes, yes. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
We can hear you. Everything's fine.
Yes, okay. So I'll proceed with the next case.
Yes, yes.
Tinea cruris. The journey of the disease, the skin completed 5 years ago, and allopathic medicine initially provided slight relief, but the symptoms reappeared. And chief complaints were tinea cruris, irrigation thigh, itching worse aggravated by dryness, tight clothing, washing. Skin appears dry, scaly, crusty eruptions, blackish discoloration due to violent itching. Past history chickenpox. He's thirsty, prefers 3 to 4 liters of water. Rest all things, it's okay. Mind part, he desire company, and when he does something wrong, he shouts, but he gets calmed down as well. He likes gardening, and he's more upset about his conflict of family conflict, like brother's bad behavior and everything. He's very emotional. He's very very, very emotional, like he gets affected very easily. He's very sensitive person. So this is what his nature was. And thermal, ambithermal. So any guesses with the remedy? This is the totality. Anyone can come up with the remedy?
Sepia.
Sepia. Nice, sir. And improved. Very nice. So you need to connect a remedy which is very, very emotional as well with the skin complaints. So Dr. Pushpa, you're right, Miserium was given. And Miserium 30 was given in for 30 days water doses. Why Miserium? Miserium has written in skin Clark, general deformation of skin of body, skin covered with elevated white scabs. I'll show you the picture, how it was. Red rash, itching violently, worse in bed, burning and change of place after scratching, itching especially at night when in bed, more violent and painful after scratching the parts, sometimes swelling of the part that has been scratched. This is, you see white scabs. This was before and this is after. This is what Miserium did to this case. So generally we think of tellurium, basilinum, it's out of the box. You see how the picture it is. If you see scabs, you think of Miserium, especially when there is an emotional like pulsatilla like picture. So that's my observation of regarding Miserium, because Miserium is very, very emotionally sensitive. Next case. Renal calculi with PCOD. Anamnesis, female, age 32 years old, and the ultrasound revealed on the 13th Feb multiple small renal calculi, more of in left kidney. Both ovaries are enlarged, edematous, and pouch of Douglas shows small amount of fluid. Chief complaints: abdominal pain since 3 to 4 months, continuous pain for 1 week since last month, and she was then diagnosed with calculi with PCOD. Renal calculi, abdominal pain localized. The pain character was localized on left lower abdomen and sometimes on a waist, more on the left side. And pain feels like they have wound stitching pain. Empty stomach aggravates even after food also. Pressure ameliorates, bending forward ameliorates, lying on abdomen also ameliorates the pain. Menstrual history, irregular menses, flow scanty, spotting, pain on lower abdomen during menses. Past history, chickenpox, measles, jaundice, fracture, lipoma, surgery was done, 2 CS deliveries, UTI and asthma. Family medical history, father diabetes, mother diabetes, asthma, mother, elder brother also diabetes, and maternal side also there is a strong history of diabetes. Physical generals, she likes tea, thirst 4 to 5 liters, perspiration heavy more on neck area, aversion bitter food, sleep lying on abdomen, and she likes more of warm food and can tolerate hunger. So she got married at 2012, good relation with husband, company desire, she's very close to husband, shares everything, easily emotional, easily weeps. She has a fear of doing something wrong, fear of someone being upset with her. And there's only one incident in her life where she's very, very anger person, anger 3 plus, but easily calm down, but she's very, very short tempered. And one incident in her life is that in-laws gave her something to eat and she could not speak up after eating that food, so she had that one bitter experience. Thermal towards hot. So any guesses with the remedy? Meadow, nice. pulsatilla. So remedy was prescribed lycopodium. If you see stitching pain, 3 mark. Left also it covers lycopodium. Abdomen bending double, generally we think of colosynth like of picture, or we see at the back of the mind, we feel that more of lycopodium is more of kind of a right-sided remedy. Agreed. But it's not important that it's more specific that only right-sided kidney complaints you will can think of lycopodium. When you have this kind of picture, and when everything, the all characters and pains, everything is matching, it's not important that you consider sides very meticulously. You consider, no, if it's left, right, it's not important. When you feel that complete picture matches to the drug, it's not important, you can skip the side. And likewise, lycopodium has right to left, left to right, right to left complaints, right to left, left to right, both ways. So you can, there's nothing like very specific or only right-sided kidney complaints you can think of lycopodium. So after giving lycopodium, within 1 month only, you can see the report came absolutely normal of lycopodium. Lycopodium 30 was given, and you see the report, this bilateral multiple small renal calculi, and next month it's cleared, 16th April. So lycopodium 30 was given on March, and on 19th April everything better. So now, what was the reason of lycopodium? First, ailments from fright, anger, vexation. Very irritable person. This is what lycopodium is. Like I told you, she gets very high temperament. She gets short tempered. First. Second, abdomen pain bending ML. Lycopodium covers very well. Complains right to left, left-sided calculi and right-sided ovarian cyst. More. Now, right to left, left to right, that's what I'm trying to explain, that it doesn't matter. If you have this alternating sites complaints, you can think of these kind of remedies. Likewise, you discuss with lac caninum. Lac caninum also has alternating sites. Lycopodium has also alternating sites. So you cannot be very specific at the back of the mind that only right-sided, if there will be complaint, you think of lycopodium. It's not like that. So any doubt, any questions? I'm ready to take questions. Any doubt?
We can have questions answer session on the last time. At
Okay.
the closure of the session, sir.
Okay, sir. So, as per today's cases, like these 3 cases I have showed, I would like to explain that it's not important that you just see the complete picture of what the patient is being telling you, and then you connect the dots, and then you sum up the totality. You see what remedies are most commonly coming up. It's not important that you will be very much prejudiced that this remedy is fixed, but see that remedy from all the angle. It's, you have to see if the gist has been connected or not with that patient. Then only that remedy will actually give result, or else you have to work out again, re-case taking, and then you think of that remedy on second, mostly in the second visit. So generally what happens that you have to see clearly what has been patient has been trying to tell you. In like first of the case of simicifica, I would like to explain. Simicifica, if we discuss, simicifica is one of the remedy. If I want to confirm in any case, there's this fear. Simicifica is alkaloid is microtinum. Microtinum is by default is an excellent remedy for backache. Microtinum, I know many homeopaths use in low 3x potency of microtinum. It's alkaloid of simicifica. So in simicifica, Apart from this case, I would like to add and share my important learnings of semicervical today. Semicervical is one of the remedy has lot of fear of rats. And now I believe every woman has fear of rats, fear of lizards. It's not important at that moment that okay, if you ask them the fear, they'll say okay, yes, I have got fear. If you ask a woman or any person that what fear do you have, and he says that I have some fear of animals, and then you question next, what animal? And they said that no, any animal, the snakes and everything. Then they suddenly pop up with mouse. Now, if they say that I have a fear of mouse, then you have to see the expression of the patient, that how much stress she's putting on it. It's like the way of expression only determines the grade of the symptom. Like if you ask, if you have a fear, how much fear do you have, and she'll be like, I have so much fear, doctor. I cannot tolerate this fear. I'll be jumping around and in the fear when I see mouse, and I'll be like terrified. This fear has to be present. Like in semiciffica, it is very, very marked. So if the patient says this, you can get one of the entry point in the case for semiciffica. So see, the reason I'm explaining this because I want to teach, or I want to share that while case taking, the whole game changes on the case taking itself. What the patient has been telling you and what the patient has been constantly stressing on the topic, and how much grade that symptom carries with the in the case taking. So unless you do that, you won't even come to know that what actually prescription has to be done. So you consider what actually the patient is saying, and what topic they like, what symptoms they are more focusing on. That is very much important in this case regarding semiciffica. And the second case, what I showed you, the Miserium. Miserium case is Miserium people are very, very sensitive and very, very emotional. If you find you'll see that there is remorse, lot of weeping nature of Miserium. And Miserium also has a lot of bone pains. They are more of a syphilitic kind of bone pains in the night aggravation. You think of Miserium in those cases. Miserium has a lot of dandruff itching. It's already abused a lot in many, many cases of Miserium. But wherever actually you'll see Miserium, wherever there is a crustic eruptions, no matter, see, if you see a CA of breast or CA of lesion or whatever it is there, and if you see crusty eruptions above it, you can think of Miserium right away. It's not important that one. What you have seen has to be treated, and that is being a good observer. If you see that particular characteristic symptom of that remedy, you can okay straight you can just prescribe on that and see the effect of that remedy. What exactly is happening in this case? So this crusty eruptions is the very keynote of Miserium, and maybe there would be pus, that crust, pus behind the crust, also very important in Miserium. And Miserium is one of the remedy also, like I told you, in the bone pains, in the rheumatic pains also, especially the syphilitic kind of pains which is aggravated at night. You can think of Miserium in those cases. Extremely itching. Miserium has lot of itching. And the scaling, what I was talking about, the dandruff cases, basically they have yellow scaly or maybe crust like formation on the scalp also. So Miserium is compared with viola tricolor. When you see the picture of Miserium, it's not working, or you can think of viola tricolor helps. Viola tricolor, if you read, you will find that it has same like Miserium like of symptoms, but Viola tricolor is more deep action than Miserium, especially there is a crusty and oozing eruptions. You can think of that. Next comes regarding lycopodium. Lycopodium is a remedy. We see like hard for hard for inferior and soft for superior. That's what we speak about lycopodium. And when you see lycopodium picture, lycopodium loves warm food. They want their food has to be warm, anything warm. So now anything warm means what? Anything warms means warm sweets, they have a craving of sweets, so they like warm drinks, so they have a craving of warm, they'll drink warm. So even in COVID cases, lot of cases was solved by lycopodium, that was cured in COVID time because of this typical picture. If you get this lycopodium drinking warm drinks, ML the complaints. So likewise, lycopodium is a remedy by the characteristic nature of like this soft for superior and hard for inferior. Generally, you see lycopodium becomes very much reserved, and they don't like to take responsibility. They're like, they have a fear to take responsibility. They have a fear to go and speak to someone. Like if you ask lycopodium that do you approach people easily, they're like, no, 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 sir. I don't speak. I don't approach people. If people approach me, I speak to them, but I don't go like a phosphorus person, go and just start chatting with another person. Like phosphorus is very friendly, he makes friends very easily. So this is not lycopodium. Lycopodium is more of introverted. And also one of the major symptom, what is the entry point comes with lycopodium, is crack of heels. The heel gets cracked, so you can see that majority cases of lycopodium, if you see, you can definitely find their heels area rough, and even deep cracks as well. Lycopodium as a polycrest is a very big remedy in CKD cases, in RA cases, irrespective whatever the pathology is there. If you see the traits of lyco, please don't hesitate on prescriptions. What happens in young minds, what I'll tell you, very young students who have just passed out recently, they have been fed up with they have been feed up in the brains that okay, the what is the pathological action and the pathogenesis of every drug, and how this see, every drug has their own pathogenesis and pathological effects. But what Hahnemann has said, you clearly remember that Hahnemann has said that please keep aside the disease part and focus on the sign and symptoms, right? So if you get that sign and symptoms very characteristically with matching with that particular remedy, so you don't hesitate to give first. If that fails, if that drugs fails in that cases, then you think out of the box, and then you see what remedies are mostly closely associated with these symptoms. See, it's not about thinking of rare remedies or lesser use remedies. It's all about your materia medica knowledge, that uh, how much you are well equipped with your we say arms. Our remedies are or arms are weapons to help people. So how much weapons you have knowledge about, that is the ultimately gist, that how you use that in your practice. If lycopodium has been prescribed, there has to be something very much close and related to lycopodium, unless there is no use, or you will fail, and then again you retake. See, it's all about every what I believe, that it's not important that every case just open up with the first consultation. Yes, but it takes your art. How do you extract the information in the case taking? That's why we say a well taken case is half cured. And uh, lycopodium closely associated remedy which comes down, that is chelidonium, because now there is a subtle difference in both the lycopodium and chelidonium. Lycopodium likes warm and chelidonium likes boiled. So if chelidonium wants to have a desire, I remember a case of frozen shoulder, I would like to share, of a case of frozen shoulder of right sided. And we took all the case, and we, after case taking, we asked uh, what type of food do you prefer. Then he said, sir, I love to drink tea, but it should be very hot, and straight away, as soon as it's just prepared in the kitchen, I straight away take from directly on there. If it stays longer for more than 2 to 3 minutes, I don't consume that tea. It has to be boiled again, then only I consume that tea. So this much strong craving of hot boiling things, hot water or hot tea, whatever. This indicated chelidonium very strong, because in our Materia Medica it is been precisely written that hot and warm lyco, hot is chelidonium, and we give chelidonium, and in within 20 minutes his hands got started moving. He was not able to raise up. This is what homeopathy can do, and everyone can do. If your remedy is right, on the spot, you can actually experience it with your patient. See, major of the times, like many patients have a mindset that, okay, how homeopathy can work so fast? It is not possible. So those people are very difficult to get convinced. But once they start taking it, they'll gradually believe, okay, yes, this is working very fast. This is beyond my expectation. And they'll be amused to see the efficacy of homeopathy in their own cases, basically. So generally, if your drug is right, what we do is here, within 20 to 30 minutes, you can actually check that if your medicine is working or not on those cases. So in acute rheumatisms, in acute fevers, if your remedy, it has to be work instantly. If it is not, please reevaluate, or you prescribe next remedy because it is not working. Ultimately, if your patient is taking this remedy and going away and is not improving, he'll come back again and again, he will say. So be prepared on that ways. Or else, if when you got confidence by seeing his expression. Now what happens when the patient doesn't get believe that, okay, this remedy can quickly act on me? You see his expression and energy levels once you prescribe the remedy and before how it was. So that's why I request that please make videos of patients before and after, so you can just evaluate how he now. Is he same? It's not about the only the objective symptoms or verbal symptoms, subjective symptoms to be taken. You have to see overall what actually the patient is feeling after the remedy. So this is very important, what I have been learning in homeopathy practice since these years, that you have to believe in yourself. See, it's not about uh, being very top notch practitioner and just prescribing on few points and just going away. This is not the your success will tell only when the patient comes and tell you that, yes sir, I am fully cured by your medicine. This is what a homeopath should get from each and every patient, and this is what we expect with each and every patient when you give the right remedy. But many times when we fail, most of the people or most of the homeopaths feel that, Arey, we have worked so hard on the case, and we get disheartened and disappointed. So let me tell you, it's not about being disheartened and losing hope. It's about telling him or bringing him back and tell him that let's reevaluate your case. If you cannot take, or if you feel that you get biased, you ask your assistant to take it, you ask someone else to take it, then you reevaluate. This way you may get a point which you have missed in your case taking. This way it is the I'm just guiding how to deal with this failures. Because what happens, in your mind you may get prejudiced or you may get biased with that thoughts if you have taken the first time case, and when second time there's a reevaluation has been done with someone else, maybe they extract some more important information which was missed by you, and that becomes your anchor in the case, and that's way you can actually help the person. So you have to consider very these things in your practice, which is very essential in especially in the newcomers, in the young people who have been very enthusiastic that yes, we'll do homeopathy, and they get very much disappointed very fast. So likewise, I'll tell you not to get disappointed, rather work hard and solve your errors, you solve your failures in the most easy way, is that practicing homeopathy in a good form, learning remedies, more and more remedies, exploring remedies, and ultimately learn each and every remedy through your patient. That is, patients are the best teachers of Medica, what I have been seeing these many years, because they have taught a lot of remedies. They only give the symptoms, they only show the way, they only show the path. Okay, this remedy has been most simillimum for this person. So they are the best teachers to teach you that drug has this kind of picture, and this way actually you can help a lot of people through power of homeopathy. And also I would like to add, people who are reading books, please read more of original works of great authors like Boger, like I always say, like Boger collected works. Read the Hahnemann's, read Gleanings if you can find. Gleanings, Hahnemann Gleanings was used to come long back, Gleanings is a wonderful book. Uh, Read more of chronic theory of chronic diseases. Read more of Life and Letters of Hahnemann. That is a most important book. Life and Letters of Hahnemann. They're in 2 volumes by Richard Hale. These books are very good to actually for the beginners to understand that how we can do. And Boger, regarding Boger, Allen's, then comes Kent. Allen's and Boger has to be like uh, read like more than 1,000 times. Each of the times you think that whenever you see a remedy, you should be remembering all the keynotes. Whatever the Boger has written, Boger's Synoptic is the first line of the remedy, and in Allen's keynote, the constitution para of each remedy. This way is actually you can remember the drugs very easily as well. But you have to make a habit that every day I'll read one remedy at least from both the book, Allen's and Bogle. Then it is very beneficial for you in the practice. So I would like to share that major times what happens that we are more focused on the materia medica part, and we think that array why we are not doing repertory. See, repertory is definitely is a part of everything, but unless you know organon, unless you know materia medica, you cannot jump into repertory. It's likewise, you if you just patient says, like I know a lot of people what they do is like just patient start blabbering and just start searching the symptoms and converting that rubrics instantly and just generating it and blah blah blah. Please stop doing that. Please stop doing that, rather than you just focus on history only. What you are asking, how it is, because everything is the whole solution to your problem is on the case taking. So please be focused on that rather than interpreting your brain and start converting the sentences into rubrics. And you will be feeling like, okay, he said 2 lines and you just converted in that sentence. Okay, he's asking for this. He's saying this. Okay, somebody friend referred and he came. This is for immediately interpreted. Please stop doing this. This is utter nonsense. This is not homeopathy. If you, unless you take the complete picture well, after that you whatever interpretation you want to do, whatever you have to connect the dots, you do. But once you're taking the case, during the case taking, please be focused on only on case taking and stop your brain at that time. So this way you can actually be a open-minded person and listening what patient is being trying to explain you, what actually the problem he has and how it started. Generally what happens, we don't see how the complaints have been originated. But let me share you, majority, like around 60 to 70% cases, if you dig up well, you'll get all the from emotional and this conflicts. Everything started from emotional grief. Every complaints. No wonder if he gets some family dispute, and after that he gets something, he gets this feeling of I'll die, and this all what, this is an incident which occurred which hampered him. By that day, by that time, that patient is absolutely well, but something happened and he got affected. Then the picture comes of ignitia, gelsimum. Likewise, like ailments from shock. Generally, we think of ailments of shock, right? So ailment of shock can be taken as ailments from grief as well. Like if you take a remedy, if somebody is like somebody had one problem, he's going on a train, or his relative got a problem in the train itself, and she's like, oh my god, that he is having so much of pain, what I'll do. So she's constantly thinking about that, and now after that she got sick. So what will consider now? Suddenly everything was very nice in the train. They were playing, they were eating, everything was nice, they were chit chatting all the way, and suddenly that particular person is been complaining that I am having this. Now this person is being, how they have been reacting, it's a shock or it's a grief. Now how will you take that? But when the patient in during the case taking, patient will say that I could not bear to see that. Now could not bear is automatically interpreted as shock. So generally, I would like to just give you a thought of sideways. This shock, ailments from shock, and this ailments from grief is mostly connected. So don't get confused. What happens now? Ailments of grief you keep on taking, so you'll miss out some remedies which is mentioned in ailments from shock. So this what you have to actually get the gist of the case, that what exactly happened, and they'll like explain yourself. Patients are best well are explaining themselves that what exactly had happened with them. They'll tell you that no, suddenly I was traveling now, he got affected and I was like very much worried. I was thinking all day what happened, and started my hands were started shivering. These all symptoms will start to give, and then they'll say, since that day, sir, now anything happens, everybody, I hear news, I get diarrhea. From that day, I have to go somewhere, I get this, at this. So that incident has created a big impact on their life, through which the vitality has been disturbed, and now they have this problem. So this way you can actually see the picture unfolding. And these small little things are actually very much important, because this ailments from shock, ailments from grief are very big topics. Because of that, these kind of information which comes out in the mental sphere, that they majorly reveals the whole story at the end. And then you connect with physical generals, then you connect with totality, and then with thermals and everything, then you get a complete picture of the drug, that this medicine has been indicated. So this ailments from shock, like I would tell, like this shivering, like somebody, like likewise he saw something and he got in shock or he got fainted. Generally, gelsemium comes on the top, not ignitia. Because what happened here, ignitia will get quiet if they get in shock. They will not starting behaving maniacally like hyacinthus. They'll get stum, and they will be in the shock which gets deep enough, and we call it undemonstrated grief in ignitia. Ignitia cannot express, so they'll get just in shock. They'll be just lying on the just fainting, and they do not want to say anything. So this becomes ignitia. But what happens gelsemium? Gelsemium has the any of the limbs or any of the hands, the joints have been stopped responding due to shock. They are not moving it, or they get even the lumbar pain or the sciatic pains due to this shock, the rheumatism pains. You but something happened like that which has made an impact. Then you can think of gelsemium. Then you confirm thirstless and everything, how dull, how they've been reacting to everything, dull drowsiness, and all the picture what the MATERIA is basically. So likewise, I'm just sharing a point of how you can enter in these kind of cases when you see. So likewise, whole gist comes when you know MATERIA well and the case taking. These two things will actually help you to reach to simillimum in the most simplest way. You don't have to get confused. See, simple thought. If the constitution is not working, definitely you have to see some other remedies which are the most closely related to that case. It's not important. And major times what happens, I'll tell you. Most of the cases have been suppressed by layers and layers. It's not important that the first remedies be given. Later on, the patient will come up with new symptoms, and gradually the layer becomes clear up. It's not important. Like pulsatilla can be thuja, thuja can be pulsatilla. So earlier, you'll see the picture of suppressed of pulsatilla, but thuja picture has been more coming up. Then after giving thuja, the picture becomes of more clarity of pulsatilla. Then you prescribe pulsatilla. So this way the case gets cured. In like why I'm talking about, because majority of the cases of today's generation has been suppressed by a lot of drugs, and every next door is a homeopath. Everyone is homeopath now. Everyone is giving gyan on all the YouTube and everything. Everyone is prescribing. They are self-medicating. They are abusing themselves. Now you will get a complete mixed match picture, and when the patient is standing in front, you'll see all the traits and gist of little remedies, and you'll be confused what to give now. This is what is happening now. Yes, thanks to our social media and everything, that all people have been abusing the drugs like anything. Those homeopaths been promoting a lot of drugs on the YouTube. Please advise them to stop doing that, because actually it's becoming very difficult in the clinical part. Everybody is self-medicating and taking whatnot diseases, whatnot patent products, and this wildlife, and there are many products what they have been abusing. And ultimately what's happening, that later on the second visit, patients tell you, sir, I was taking this medicine, but I saw that remedy I saw that in YouTube video, somebody recommended this laxative tablet for this, and I've been taking since 6 months. Sir, I forgot to tell you, sir, and you'll be like thinking, oh my God, what he has been taking that, and you're giving this remedy. Now, what picture you sum up with? So this becomes a mess. So this self-medicating things has to be stopped. Like everybody just read few lines of homeopathy and just starts telling that you take this for this condition and this. This is not the way. There has to be some proper manner. The individualization has to be done. Then only you think of the right prescription. So I would like to share, just show few cases like what homeopathy do. This is hemorrhagic cyst, right? Big cyst, urticaria, like after 20 minutes. Warts, ganglion, you can see in 1 month only. Chronic eczema in 1 month only, you can see. Ichthyosis, urticaria, you see this large urticaria. How fast the homeopathy works. Canker, RA, CKD, diabetes, psoriasis. So these all cases what we have been doing it since long. We are making it OA. So like why I would like to end with a quote that the art of prescribing consists in choosing a remedy whose symptomatology most closely resembles that of the patient. Likewise, whatever I explained, what Dr. Boga on the line of the Boga, Dr. Boga's line, the more similar the two, the better chances of rapid, gentle, and permanent cure. Written by Dr. C.M. Boga. So my book has been released, and soon it will be available. There's a group for our failures. We discussed a lot of failure cases. This is my podcast. Thank you so much. Thank you IFPH for giving me opportunity to speak. And I hope there has been something useful I would be able to share today. And thank you so much.
Yes, yes, Dr. JITESH Sharma, as as I must say that we are very proud of you because you always share cases which are really acting like just like a bullet. Uh, all the cases were successful in a short time. That is what the beauty of your presentation. We are such presentations will really take homeopathy to higher level, and so that more and more people will come towards homeopathy, and not only towards you, to the people around, doctors around the world itself, because they are watching all those things. And for all, even though you shared only 4 cases, that cases are really excellent. And the medicine users also simply the scientific method, that is only a single remedy. That itself shows the beauty of your present. In the first case, you everybody might have thought that it is cured by, it may be a case of phosphorus, but you really picked up another medicine, that is Simsifuga. Nobody might thought Simsifuga in those cases, but that is because of your expertise in homeopathy as well as your knowledge in Materia Medica, and you are able to differentiate what to do when such situation arises. And in the last case, you told that why you prescribe lycopodium, because always people have a prejudice to that, oh, it is a right side remedy, so we have to think of a remedy that will act on the left side. But as far as homeopathy is concerned, when when the signs and symptoms of the patients are really inviting you to the right remedy, then you can go with the remedy. That's what you did in the lycopodium, because the mentals and thermals and everything were in favor of lycopodium, and except the side, but the side, it can occur on the left side or right side. There might have been a stone sometime earlier in the right side. It might have gone even without treatment, but when it come to the left side, it may be there, stuck there, and maybe that. And there can be such possibilities also. We used to say that it is the shifting is sometimes the symptom may shift from right to left, and in those cases, lycopodium acts like anything, and then so also the lachesis can be a left side remedy, and of course the symptom can change from left to right. So all these things need to be looked into the patient when before you choosing the right remedy. Anyway, congratulations. Not only that, you have given some advices how to study the materia medica. Where people, the thing is that everybody used to read only sometimes big books, but they may go to these small books, or particularly those who want to study homeopathy. You should read at least keynote every day, and then you can go to the bigger remedies. So that the keynote is a book which really gives you the complete picture of a remedy from the doctor. Dr. Allen has experience in his clinic itself. So anyway, congratulations, Dr. Jitesh Sharma, and those who want to have a question or those who want to have anything to ask to Dr. Jitesh can raise your hand so that we will allow you to unmute and spoke to you. We used to mute everyone during presentation. That's why nobody could communicate to you directly.
Oh,
Otherwise, there will be a lot of disturbance coming from
yes, sir.
people because most of the people are not cared about whether it is mute or unmute. That's the reason why, sir. Anyway,
Thank you, sir.
yes, Dr. Maria Majon, you can ask a question.
No.
No, you want to say anything more? Anyway,
No.
yes. Dr. Mrinalini, yes. Please, please unmute yourself. Please unmute, Dr. Mrinalini.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
My question is to Dr. JITESH Sharma. Hello, sir.
Yes, hello, tell me.
So, how do you manage the patient who frequently change their mode of treatment? Like, if you are treating them and then they again change it to like allopathic or some other kind, and then they again return to you. How do you start them?
This himself is a sign that this patient is discontented and dissatisfied with all the treatment. Now you have to ask this patient that what is the prognosis, what he got, what he achieved after this from treatment, and why he's jumping around here and there. So you can see while the case taking of this kind of particular person, you can see this insecurity that he suppose, like for example, a case comes and he says that no, I have visited that nephrologist and he has a complaint of kidney, and he comes to you and he said that no, I have visited top nephrologist, and he'll say that I have checked him and I got well, but sir, now I have symptoms. So now why he didn't went to nephrologist? So he will explain you, sir, this was problem, and so that I could not go to that nephrologist, so somebody has suggested that to visit you. Okay, so now somebody has sent him. This could be a suggestion for someone, but what actually lies in him and what is the fear that has to come out, and why he's changing. Now, after seeing from you also, he may jump somewhere else, and 3 months after, according to your question, 3 months after he's landing up again with you, sir, I got some problem, but I went to this and this, I got very much. Now you take what actually had happened with him, what is the experience he had. From here he took the medicine, then he went, what actually went wrong, that it made to go someone else. So now you have to interpret whether it was his insecurity, or whether he was fear, or whether he was pushed by his family to go visit. What was it? Then only you can actually think of the right remedy in this case. So it's not of the one liners, you have to actually dug it deep, and you have to get the anchor on the case, that why he's been taking doctors. The first entry point is this changing of doctors definitely lands up to insecurity of this patient, or he is not satisfied with this treatment at all and he remains discontented. Like arsenic, nitric acid comes to the top in the list always. Arsenic comes with a big files of big stall, big allopaths or big doctors they have visited, and they'll come and start this, and then next they will start offering you that, sir, if I get well, I'll send you this many patient and this many patient. So this becomes a picture of more of a Brinia kind of picture. This anxiety about future, this everything has to be looked out. It's not about one time, but you get on the case that why it's been changing the doctors.
Yes, sir. That's a very good answer. And now I invite Dr. Ram Paresh sir.
Thank you, Dr. Dhanesh ji. Congratulations, Dr. JITESH Sharma ji. Very nice presentation, excellent session. Beautiful describe the medicine and the journey of Materia Medica. According to Materia Medica, select remedy the bell. Very thanks. I am agree for you. Very thanks, Dr.
Thank you, sir.
KG.
Okay. Okay, sir. Now I invite Dr. Bob Lim to say vote of thanks to this session as the time is just about to finish.
Thank you, sir.
Bob Lim from Malaysia, please come forward. Yes, are you there? Yes. Tomorrow we will have a session from Dr. Maya Valecha. She has come. She's a gynecologist, and she will be talking about WHO pandemic treaty and our preparedness to deal with it. That's she is a person who always do more works for the society rather than the medical field itself. Anyway, it was a very nice presentation from Dr. JITESH Sharma and really thrilling. We hope some more presentations in the coming months from you, because you are a person who can motivate our homeopathic doctors to even can take you homeopathic doctors to more and more height also, because you are giving all kind of treasures in your kitty. So you're sharing all those things. Your knowledge is not simply keeping inside your clinic, but you're sharing to the public as well as to the junior doctors also. Not only for junior doctors, people like me also benefited from your presentation. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
The next excellent session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Yes, it is the time to start our Malayalam session. Over to Dr. Maria Majon. All these videos will be uploaded by tomorrow itself, so that you can watch again and again.